So it should be working. It won't be on that page. Well, actually, no, yeah. You have to click a whole new link, but it is listed on our channel. Yep, it says it's there right now.
Okay, let me see if I can click on it now.
Okay.
There's a reason we don't get paid to do this.
I just don't understand why the second time in a row it's doing that now. It says it's public. Yeah, it says I'm on there. Working. Okay, thank you, Michael. Appreciate you. Thank you, Katie.
Somebody said working. Oh, jeez.
Oh, there it is.
Perfect.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, it's so embarrassing, man.
Okay.
How the
Anyways,
heck did that happen?
This will be posted. Apologies, everybody watching. Sorry, it's the second time in a row. I'm hoping it won't happen again. I don't know why that occurs. But as I was saying, for those of you that did miss the beginning of the video, it will be posted afterwards. You didn't miss too much, though. Not yet. But
No,
yeah, it was Napoli. Yeah.
Definitely, Lex, can you please just say how you became a Calcio fan again? Everybody wants to hear that for sure.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, it began back in 2006 with the World Cup, and myself and my older brother became huge fans of Gigi Buffon, and him, being a Juve legend, we followed him to the club, and then since then have been Juventini. And I mentioned that, yeah, my older brother and I follow Calcio and Juve a lot. So yeah, so that's basically how it happened for me.
Perfect. Thank you, Lex. You had to repeat yourself there. Okay, guys. Back to the topic. So the fondest memory for me as a Calcio fan is definitely the one where we played against Chelsea in the UCL. I don't recall the year exactly. I should have probably done my research on that before this, but I think it was 2012, 2013. Could be wrong, but we did beat Chelsea 3-1 at home with my favorite player, Ezequiel Lavezzi, scoring a beautiful goal from outside the box. Sadly, it's also one of my saddest memories is that we lost away to Chelsea 4-3 and didn't manage to go through to the quarterfinals. And Chelsea did end up winning the UCL that year. So we put up a good fight and we could have gone far. Who knows? But that's my fondest memory.
I love that.
Okay. Thank you.
Both of them are great. If I had to choose a game, though, since you chose a game, it would probably, as most of you probably would have guessed, is the Juve Barcelona Dybala brace. That would be like my top, I think, match that I watched.
How much do you miss Dybala? Yeah. Honestly, how much do you miss him?
A lot.
I can't lie. I got a little bit nervous when he came in for Roma in the second half in this last match because he can pull an amazing, like his ability to change a match and his shooting skill, his dribbling, all that kind of stuff. It's always been great, but it's just so it's one of those things where you really wish that things didn't happen like they did with his injuries, man, because he's an amazing player. No matter if he's a Juve player or not, from before, it's just he's fun to watch. I can't lie. So
he is.
Absolutely. I agree.
Okay, guys. So with that being said, Lex is going to be towards you just because we're not as big of cultural content creators as you are. So this is really a question for you. But if you could please describe how life is as a cultural content creator. We do realize that you have some things going on with DAZN and Destination.Calcio. So if you just want to get into that just a little bit, how it's going, etc.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's been so much fun. Honestly, I got started. You guys know I've been on X for quite a while in Calcio Twitter, but I got started on Instagram and TikTok, kind of branched out a bit in March. I had a knee injury this past year, so I was out of playing for a while, so I kind of needed another outlet for my love for Calcio and football. So I began doing some Calcio content creating, and like I said, we have such a cool online community, especially for Calcio related things. So I was so happy to just take part in that and collaborate with platforms like you and different pages. And like I said, I was very grateful. I was asked by Destination.Calcio and by DAZN to do some work for them in terms of content creating around Serie A and Serie B for Destination.Calcio as well. So that was just absolutely surreal, honestly. And yeah, super grateful for it and looking forward to kind of seeing where things go from here, right? Like I said, and very grateful, honestly, for so much support from the community, the Calcio Twitter OG, people that I've been friends with and interacting with for all these years, talking about Calcio. Super grateful to that community and to the community I now have, having branched out to Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, that's it. It's fans and creators like you guys that make it the greatest place.
Awesome.
The
Yeah. Cultural
the
tour is
video
crazy.
that you did about Maradona, that was
Mm.
awesome. I really liked that video, the way it was put together and everything.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, that really means a lot to me. I think you guys would know this as well, that when you're a content creator, there's a lot of work that maybe people don't realize as the viewer that goes into producing and creating the content that we create.
Yep.
So thank you, truly, because yeah, a lot of work went into that one. So I appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah, I remember whenever we first started out doing this, a lot of retakes, but we've gotten a lot more comfortable with it, and I'm sure you have as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of editing that goes behind the scenes for sure.
Yes.
So I know that we did talk about our favorite memories as a cultural fan, but more so to get more specific here, we will start with you here, Debo. What is your favorite Napoli Juventus match?
Ooh, you're making me pick one?
There's a lot of them. I know. Let's pick one.
Geez, man. So I think I'd have to say my favorite match is the 5-1 drubbing that we handed to Juve. I knew that we were gonna win that match. I was very confident because I felt like we were turning that corner that we needed to, but I did not think we were gonna win 5-1. I mean, I can't like say that I expected that, but I did think we were gonna win. But the fact that I was with you, Mario, and Dom for that match really made it special. And then the other match, I that's the number one. But I have to talk about one other match, and we're talking about Napoli Juve still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then the other one is the one on Halloween in 2009. I don't know if you remember this one, Lex, but y'all went up 2-0. Nether getting dominated by Juve and Torino as always, and then all of a sudden we came back and scored 3 goals. Do you remember that? Hamsik had a brace. He scored to win it 3-2. Do you remember that one?
I do, not from watching it live, but from hearing about it after, yes.
Yeah, that it was in the middle of trick or treating on the Navy base that we were living at in Napoli. And I know that I stayed home to watch it with Mario, and the wife took out our younger son for trick or treating with some friends, and I felt bad. And then when they went up 2-0, when Juve went up to 2-0, I felt even worse. Like I should have went trick or treating with everybody, but then we ended up winning 3-2. So definitely the second most memorable. But there's others. Cavani's hat trick, Raspadori's Scudetto clincher, what people call it. There's all kinds of them. Yeah.
It's
There are
okay.
many.
Serie A is more important than trick or treating. Trick or treating's every year. That game was special. Okay, Lex, we're gonna put you up on here next. What is your most memorable Napoli Juventus match?
Ooh, I had to think about this because, like you said, there's so many like classic matches between the two of us. I think I would have to say, being a Higuain fan, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, fan.
Oh no!
Probably the 2-1 win when he got the winning goal against you guys. It was
The
like
one where you pointed up in the stands, right?
yes,
Yeah.
would probably be that one. And
Yep.
just because, the whole lore behind his move to Juve and all of that and scoring against you guys after he left and everything. And another would be the Zaza goal for the 1-0 win. And that's when Juve were ahead of you guys in the standings for the first time after clinching that match. And that would also be another favorite.
Wasn't that crazy shot from outside the box, the curler?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You guys couldn't let us have it just for 1 year.
I feel like that's the only goal he scored for you guys his entire Juve career.
And it was
I
disgusting.
don't feel that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
So for me personally, you did mention the 5-1. I mean, that's obviously up there, but I really enjoyed the 2-0 win in the Coppa Italia versus Antonio Conte and his Juventus
that's
side,
another
who
one.
completely
Yep.
dominated Serie A. That was also the year where we qualified for the UCL. We didn't have Ezequiel Lavezzi out there, sadly, for that match, but we did have Cavani and Hamsik, who both did end up scoring 1 goal each. And we did really roll that match. I mean, that was Coppa Italia. I know, not a big trophy, especially for someone like Juventus standards, but and that time and place, Napoli were very dry on any trophies whatsoever. And it was just good to see one being lifted, man, because it took me a while to be able to witness that. But yeah, that was my favorite, just because it was our first trophy that I've ever seen us lift in my lifetime. So
That was a good one too.
Awesome.
okay, Lex, you guys just got a coach by the
Yes.
name of Luciano Spalletti. Please get into your thoughts on this coach. We're very aware of who he is and what he's done for us. So
Yes, address the elephant in the room.
yeah,
I know it's going to be interesting this weekend, right? Because he's going to be facing you guys again. Honestly, I think that when we had the options that we did have for a new manager, Spalletti and Palladino were 2 options that I was going to be okay with either way. I wasn't really a huge fan of Mancini for this situation. So yeah, getting Spalletti, I think honestly has been a very positive choice for us, and I think it will continue to be. I love how he speaks about the players in the media. This is something that like I noticed just kind of coming across different quotes from him. I really love how he's very supportive and very detailed in his descriptions, and just really seems to truly know each player and their role and what he wants them to do. And so I like that type of clarity seems to translate onto the pitch. And we've seen Juve have some periods of play in the last few matches where they look like they're moving the ball properly, like some Spalletti balls coming in there. Honestly, I will say when he was at your club, I was a fan of, like, if I were a neutral, I would have been a fan of just watching the football being played. You know what I mean? Like we had you guys playing some really beautiful, beautiful football between Kvara and Osimhen and whatnot. So yeah, so I'm excited to have him. How do you guys feel about facing Spalletti again in this whole situation?
Debo, you handle this.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad that Juve hasn't set the world on fire with him. I was
Not yet.
not happy when he
Yeah.
was the guy that you got because whether it's this year or next year, I think he was the perfect selection for you guys. So it's you know, you know this, Lex. I don't want Juve up at the top. So him going to you guys is perfect for you guys and not for all the Napoli fans. But I'm very happy that we're back in form and we're playing well because we're taking you out. You know that, right? Like this weekend, you're gonna lose.
I don't know. We'll get into predictions, I'm sure, at some
That we
point.
will. That we will.
So yeah, I was really trying to will Palladino being the guy to go, but as soon as I saw the rumor about Spalletti going, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I couldn't trust that man's word when he said he was done coaching soccer, and then he goes over to the national team and does that. So as soon as I saw those rumors being linked, I was like, yeah, he's gonna do it. Palladino would have been a good option as well. I think he's a great coach, but Spalletti's he's already proven in the league many times. He came close with Roma, won with Napoli. So you guys got a good one there. He's just gonna need a little bit more time. People just need to be a little more patient. All right, he's not going to just come out, and he needs his players too. He's going to get that chance in the transfer market upcoming here, so we'll see.
Hold on, Marty. I want to ask. Yeah. I want to ask Lex a very specific question. So the tattoo. I have not seen the tattoo come out yet in any press conference or any other video while he's been coaching Juve. Have you seen it come out yet?
No.
Nope.
I haven't seen anything.
No. I'm waiting for that day where the first video is released of him displaying that tattoo, whether it's in training or in the stadium or in a press conference. I'm waiting for that day, man. It still hasn't happened.
He came
Like
at the
he's gonna wear
perfect
long
time.
sleeves. The
It
whole
is
year,
cold
long
right now, especially
sleeves.
up north. So
It's
perfect
Yeah.
gonna
time. I
get
think
hot
by
here.
then the water will kind of settle down and it won't be noticed as much. But yeah, from
Yeah.
the get go, showing it
Noticed as
off.
much. It's on his forearm. It takes
I'm
up
just
half of his
saying
arm.
right now, it was a hot topic prior to his arrival at Juve. But
it's not a hot topic right now because he hasn't shown it yet.
that's what I'm saying.
Wait
It's just
until
dying down.
at some point it's going to be shown, man. At
It's
some
okay.
point.
Mana has a Juve tattooed as well. The freaking ultras are on his arm, so
That's
it
true.
is what it is.
You know,
Okay, guys.
I think Spalletti has enough of an ego where if Juve, no, I don't think he would do that. But imagine if he did. If Juve actually won this game and he left the pitch and he just like brought his I, that would be cinema if he did that. You know what I
That
mean?
would be insane.
I guarantee he would think about doing it. I wonder, man, if he's going to show it at all this weekend at some point.
No.
And I wonder what kind of reception he's going to get. I'm wondering how the crowd is going to greet him. I think it's going to be mixed. I think you're going to have people that still respect him and still want to applause for him, but that you're going to have others that be like, "Oh, you went to the enemy." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It'd be a whole lot worse if he went instead of the Italian team. If somehow he went to Juve right away, because that's how everything happened with Higuain. But at
Yes.
least he went somewhere else first before he went to Juve. Like he went and coached the national team and then went there, right? I remember when Sadi left and he went to Chelsea before he went to Juve, and he didn't get as much hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
That's fair.
Yeah,
It's a
Tony
buffer.
made a great point. They'll need a whole security of Italy if he does that. Yeah, because those Napoli fans, they are ruthless, man. They're ruthless, especially the ultras. So Lex, we did get a question for you in the chat. Before we do get into the injury status topic, we'll ask you that real quick.
Okay.
Question for Lex: how can
Oh.
we get Serie A to be more popular in the United States?
Thank you so much for your question. That is a great question. Honestly, I think it just has to do with more coverage. I think that CBS Sports and Paramount Plus doing coverage for Serie A for you guys in the US is awesome because you get, broadcasting, you get analysis, halftime analysis, post game. There's like all that about Serie A and in English speaking, right, context. It's fantastic for the league. There's also so many American investors in Serie A. So that makes a difference too, right? Like there's just a lot of reasons to be promoting the league over here. I'd love to see more coverage in Canada. I don't know if there's any other fellow Canadians watching this right now, but we stream on Fubo TV and there's no coverage at all. Like it's literally purely the stream with the commentator. That's it. You hear the anthem, you watch the match, the crowd cheers, the song plays at the end, that's it, right? So I think it would be really cool to have that sort of coverage of Serie A one day in Canada. So yeah, I think the way to get it more popular is just continuing to get some broadcast deals for the league, continuing to push it in the media, do content creating like we're doing, right? And stuff like that I think helps to increase awareness about the league. It's tough because I think the language barrier plays a large role because it's the Italian league. A lot of it coverage and stuff usually in Italian. It's more difficult for people, right? Where I think like the Premier League is more easily translated, especially to North America because speaking English, right, across both places. But yeah, great question.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Lex.
Yeah.
I also have to give a special shout out to Marco Messina. He did end up coming on our live here one time, and I think he's a phenomenal analyst. I love that guy.
He's amazing. I was going to mention him. Yes, Marco. Everything he's done with IFTV up until what he's doing now, like my brother and I, we're like and have been huge IFTV fans. We have like the OG merch, like the T-shirt with Calcio on the front from like 2015, 2016. Like, yeah, it's unreal what he's done. It's like just incredible.
Yeah, just to see how far he's to come up. I went just for fun. I went to his YouTube channel, IFTV, and I saw his like very first video posted. It's just crazy how far he's came. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Unbelievable. He's done so much good work for Serie A in the US and in North America.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Tony, I will get to your question right after we go over the injuries. Okay, thank you, brother. Let's go over the injury status real quick. Lex, we'll start with you. any concerns on injuries? I know I do have the list brought up here. If you do need some, if you don't know anyone who's out, I have the list out here for you too. Just let me know.
Perfect. So for Juve, everyone's heard about the Vlahovic injury. That is huge. Honestly, guys, that's huge. I think that it could secretly be a blessing in disguise, though, for Jonathan David, who'll be able to have a consistent run of form finally. I think this is like the huge test. Like, I still believe in Jonathan David. This next period where he's filling in for Vlahovic, he's probably going to be the starting striker or one of the two with Openda, right? I think this is his chance. You know, he's got to seize the moment and prove himself right here because, yeah, it's the thing with Dušan's injury is that you just knew it was exactly like De Bruyne's injury.
Mm-hmm.
I watched De Bruyne's injury happen live as well. I was watching that match. It happened the same way. As soon as I saw Dušan pull up and he looked like he was in a lot of pain, it was non-contact. It was just some weird shooting motion. I was like, this guy's going to be a long time. Like, it's just one of those you just knew right away, right? So super unfortunate for him. I feel for him because he was doing so much better. He's looking for either a renewal or a move, right? And this season is pretty crucial for him. So for him now to be out like this is just, it's not ideal for the club or for him. Yeah,
Right.
that's one injury. And then Gatti also recently believe it's a torn meniscus. So timeline is saying about a month, which is better than I expected because I heard reports that he felt something in his knee and you never know with that type of injury, right? So those are two major injury concerns for us right now.
So I do also see Bremer is supposed to come back here soon. December 12th is the expected return date. That's pretty huge for you guys too.
Yeah, getting Bremer back is going to be massive. I mean, we'll get into this because I believe we're speaking about the January Mercato, but I do still think we need to sign a center back. But I think having Bremer back, like we've been doing all of this out Bremer, so I'm excited to see how things shape up when we get him back.
Yeah,
I did not know that he was going to be back soon. Wow. Are you concerned with him coming back too soon and him starting to have like a problem with being injury prone if they rush him back or?
Yeah, honestly, I am. Like, I think there's quite a few examples. Like, I look at like Scamacca and Scalvini at Atalanta. Honestly, like, everyone was saying like, "Oh my goodness!" Like Scamacca came back from an ACL in like the record amount of time and stuff, and then he literally tore a muscle right after, needed surgery, and was out again. Right. So then it's like you just get into this period, and coming off of a knee injury myself, I also pulled my hamstring and was out an extra like 3 months after coming back from my injury because you overcompensate for the injured part, right? It's like it's not even that like you become injury prone. It's just like the rest of your body can't catch up in a way. So like you kind of overcompensate when you're making your return, and then that's how you can further injure something, right? So I think I definitely am concerned about that for Bremer. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but yeah, it was tough to lose him again.
Did he start doing any? Has he started to do any training with the team, or is it still individual training?
I honestly think it's still individual, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't realize it was going to be so soon. Like a possibility, at least, of him being back. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I had my doubts. I thought for sure the new year, like minimum, you know? And but you guys also have some injury situation happening.
Yeah, we do. So Debo, are you familiar with our current injuries?
Yeah. I mean, having Zombo and KDB, two of our, regular starting midfielders out, we've had some struggles, but we've gotten a formation change and some shifts of how Conte is, tactically approaching the matches. And I think that these last 3 games, we've played well in a 3-4-3. So we've made an adjustments. And, there's a chance that Lukaku is going to at least be on the bench for this Juve game, and that'll at least be an emotional lift. And it'll be nice when we do get Lukaku back on the field. Maybe he gets some time in the second half, but I don't think he was even on the bench for this match in Coppa Italia. So we'll have to see how that works out. Yeah, we've had an injury crisis pretty much from the beginning of the year, starting with Lukaku's injury. but we've been able to handle it. I don't think that we can sit back and say that it's been something that we haven't been able to deal with. So the adversity, we're tied for first right now. So yeah, we'll see how that works out in the Champions League, though, to see if, we can, have players that are going to step up, because I don't know if KDB is going to actually come back in time to make an impact in the Champions League. He's not due back until at least March. So that could have an adverse effect for the Champions League if we're still in it by then. So yeah, we'll see.
And then missing Billy Gilmore for a while too hurts.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Billy Gilmore. Just had surgery. Yeah. He's gonna be out for like 2 months. So that's another one that we just got. Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy because I went from saying that you guys had like the best or one of the best midfield depths in the league to like all of your midfielders getting injured. What?
Yeah. Even Lobo was out for a while. I mean, trying to think, McTominay, he even got injured for a minute there. Like all of our midfielders have had injuries to deal with, and we've now Billy Gilmore's the third guy that we're going to have out for an extended period of time. So yeah.
Yeah, that in that transfer market, we're definitely going to go for midfielder. Don't know who, but we're definitely going for one. Have to.
Yeah, we got to.
All right, Tony, I got you right now, brother. Let me get your question up. So it's a question for Lex. How do you think Juve will do with the absence of Vlahovic? You kind of did get into this already, but if you want to get more into description, go for it.
Perfect. Hello, Tony. Thanks for your question. Thanks for viewing. I think that how Juve will do without Vlahovic. It's a good question. Honestly, I think we're going to miss him. I really do. I know that he's a very, let's just say, I don't know, like Jekyll and Hyde player, right? Like sometimes he's like really on it, other times not as effective. And the fan base is kind of like 50-50 split on him as well. But I think my concern would be the fact that David and Openda, although they recently scored in the last couple of games, they scored some goals, which is nice, a good improvement. They haven't exactly proven themselves in moments for Juve yet, whereas Vlahovic has. So I think that is something that we will be missing. We'll be missing like that X factor of a striker that can prove himself and show up in those moments. So I do think that a lot of the goal scoring is going to now probably fall on Yildiz. So I think that we will see him try to get involved, or Spalletti try to get him involved in a role closer to goal as well. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, we really will be up to David and Openda to step up, and they have all the opportunity to do so.
Do you think it'll be like a 50-50 split between them two? Do you think Spalletti's going to give them both an ample chance to become the number one guy? Or do you think he's just going to, what do you think? Like between them two?
I think I've seen him give, I would say, even chances to the two of them. They've each gotten starts under Spalletti. I will say that I think David will have the advantage just because of Openda's clause in his contract, the obligation attached to appearances. So I think that means that I think David will still be the one that gets the nod. So it really is his moment right now. Yeah.
He's got to prove himself, man, because I think there was a little bit of a split with the Juve fans on his signing, whether they were going to be happy or not, and he really needs to prove himself, I think.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Lex, once again. So since you're already up there, Lex, let's get into the formations and tactics. I'm not too familiar with what Juventus has been doing recently in terms of formations and tactics. I've been looking at your guys' scores and all that. But if you do want to go in depth to what you guys have been doing, anything changing for this Napoli match, etc.
Especially with Spalletti as the new coach.
Yeah. So, I mean, Spalletti kind of stuck with what Juve had been doing under Tudor, honestly. 3-4-2-1. Still rolling with it. Still rolling with the back three, which is interesting. I expected a bit more of a switch up from Spalletti, but I will say that I like the way the front group, especially the front three, are moving with the ball. There's a lot more movement. It's looking a lot better than it was prior, unfortunately, under Tudor. But I think that some things Spalletti has done tactically that were interesting. One of them, as you probably have heard about, is the Coop Miners center back revolution. So we are seeing actually a version of Coop Miners that I think we have been waiting to unlock. And it's funny because it's ironic, maybe not the version we were expecting, because he did have that goal scoring ability when he was at Atalanta. So now we're seeing him in the left center back role, but he helps with ball progression 100%. He also played in the midfield again with Miretti last match and looked pretty good there too. Made some great like vertical passes, found players in lanes, like just looking pretty good. And another player is Miretti, who I mentioned when Spalletti arrived that Miretti was the player I was most excited to watch under Spalletti, because obviously Spalletti's a more possession-based style, and I think Miretti just is fantastic for that system. I think he's a great player. I think we were very lucky he got injured and we didn't send him to you guys because although you could have used him right now, probably I would have been really upset about that. So I think that he's done great work with Miretti as well, putting him in the midfield and tactically. So that's what Spalletti's been doing so far. We can see those sort of changes from the group, which I hope we continue to see. There's been some positives. Like I said, it's still early, right? He still kind of is just getting into things. But yeah, that's been a welcome change.
I do have to say I'm very impressed with Zagrova. We were also linked to him, but you guys did manage to snag him up. I was praying we were getting him because his ball possession, just technique in general, is phenomenal. And I did see what you posted on your story too. I was like, yeah, look at this guy. I mean, this could have been a Napoli player doing this for us, but nope, you guys got him, man. He's very impressive.
Is he playing better with Spalletti, vice Tudor? Has he been able to make more of an impact in the games?
So honestly, that's the one thing that I would say, like my biggest knock on Spalletti right now is that he doesn't play him enough. That's the only thing, right? It's like I can't even compare because honestly, every time he comes on the field, he consistently does things like that clip that I posted on my story of the nutmeg, and he does that great run, bringing the ball from like our half all the way up to their box, basically up the right side. And he's fantastic. And honestly, Spalletti was like benching him, playing him like the last 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if we were lucky. So we're getting like these glimpses of him. Spalletti actually said when he was asked about Zagrova that he's fantastic with the 20 meters in front of him, but he needs to work on being able to go both ways, basically. Then he'll be able to start him. So I think Spalletti is waiting for like his fitness and his, you know what I'm saying? I think he wants him to be playing on both sides of the ball if we want him to start from minute 1 versus like putting him in as an impact sub, right? When he can kind of
does he play the same position as Conceição, basically?
Yes,
or
he does.
Man,
Yeah,
it's hard to sit Conceição too, though, right? Conceição's a good player too.
Yeah, I think I would prefer, hopefully, I mean, we don't know his specifics about his fitness, but I'd like to see maybe more of like an even split or even balance, because it felt more like it was like 80 minutes, 85 minutes or whatever for Chico, and then like 5 for Zagrova or 10.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I just want to see him play more. He's a very fun player to watch. Even if he is a Juventino, he's very fun to watch regardless.
Yeah.
So Debo, we'll get into our formation and tactics. We're hoping we're going to come out with a 3-4-3 again because that's what's been working for us. If you do want to go into specifics of, do you see anything changing against Juventus more so, or staying the same?
I think Spalletti is going to come out with the same exact formation that he used versus I'm having a brain fart right now. Who they would just play? At Roma. The game against Roma. I think he's going to have the same exact players, same formation, same players, and probably the same approach too. I think he's going to try to focus on possession, try to focus on the counterattack, and use players like Neres and Lang to our advantage in the counterattack. I hope that Højlund can maybe contribute with a goal. He is contributing with assists, but I would like to see Højlund try to get more shots on goal and see if he can score against Juve.
Yeah, I don't think his issue has been really shots on goal, but more so just being clinical. I mean, he missed a penalty kick. He missed a couple shots in general up close to the goalie. He did have a good match, the quarterback goalie. I don't recall what his name was, but he's had some chances. I think his first touch has almost lacked quite a bit recently, which is odd because he started out phenomenally with his first touch. That was our problem with Luka. His first touch is awful. Sad to say, but it's awful. And Højlund was producing that for us, but out of nowhere, he hasn't been doing well with his first touch. So I don't know. We'll see.
Hey Lex, what do you think about the player selections for Spalletti in this match after the last match and who he decided to play in Coppa Italia and all that? Did you guys play
A lot of
an
starters.
abundance of regular starters in the Coppa Italia game?
Yes,
Really?
we did. And I
Oh, wow.
think gave Volka a bit of a break. He came on later in the match, but Yildiz did play from the start and played a heavy amount of minutes. So I think that was a
Okay.
bit of a criticism from fans and people post match as well, was that they were confused considering it was Udinese at home, but I guess maybe didn't want to take any risks or whatnot. But I think player selection will kind of be our usual crew. Yildiz. I think David will probably get the start. Yildiz, David, Chico on the right, and then Loca and McKenny. I don't know if he'll start Miretti or not. I'd like him to start Miretti. He should start Miretti, but I don't know if he will. Could be.
Did Miretti play in the Coppa match?
Miretti did. Yes.
Did he start? Yeah.
I believe he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think he'll start him. I don't think he'll start him against Napoli, unfortunately. But
I'm looking at it right now. He played until the 74th minute, it looks like, too.
Yeah, they've got some guys with some heavy minutes in that game.
Ambiaso, Koopmeiners, they played the entire match. Wow.
McKenny too, I think, or did he sub him out?
Yeah, no, McKinney played the entire match too.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. Ooh, we got some tired legs out there.
Did you guys rotate against Cagliari?
Oh man, we
Later
rotated pretty much the entire squad.
No way.
Yeah, we had Ambrosino played, Vegata played. So those are two players that have played like, I don't know, 10 minutes the entire season.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I was surprised with the starting formation. I did not think that we were gonna play so many players that have, you know, not played regular minutes. It was very, very surprising. So yeah, that's gonna be a good thing for us.
I'm honestly not surprised because Conte, surprisingly, I didn't know this about him. He's never won a Coppa Italia. Oh. Very weird. He's never won one. Am I wrong? That's what I saw online. It was an X post. They could have just been bantering, but I that's what I saw. And
did he
that's
win
why
with y'all Juve? Lex?
Did he?
No, I don't know. Did he?
I don't know. He won the Super Coppa with us.
Yes, that he did.
I don't know the Coppa. It's a good question. I can't remember right now.
But anyways,
so like, if you
I thought he wouldn't care, to be honest.
If you compare our starting lineup versus Roma to the Coppa Italia match we just played, I'm gonna just go down the list. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 players that started in the Roma match started this match. VMS, Oliveira, Bucama, and no, that's it. Only 3. VMS, Oliveira, and Bucama.
Because Politano isn't a starter anymore.
Yeah, man.
Recently.
Everybody else didn't start in the Roma match. That's insane. I would not have predicted that many players. So Conte is obviously not the Coppa Italia, at least at this point, for Conte is not important. It'll probably get more important if we get like to the semifinals or something like that. But yeah. That's crazy. I don't think we've ever had a turnover like that.
Yeah. So both Vincenzo and Michael did look it up. He's never won a Coppa Italia. He has won the FA Cup in England. I also did see that on that same post with Chelsea. Yes. But never a Coppa. Interesting. So I do see a question here from Mike. And it's funny you mention it. I think you're backstage with me because this is our next topic. It is what is Lex's prediction for the game on Saturday? So Lex, what is your prediction for the game on Saturday?
Oh man, I'm so bad with these predictions sometimes. Oh boy, I think I'm going to go with a Juve win. a Juve win. Sorry guys, but scoreline. Oh, that's tough. I'm gonna say 2-1 Juve. 2-1 Juve. It's gonna be a close match.
Okay.
Are
But
you confident? Are you confident in that? Like, is that a true prediction? Like, if you weren't a Juve fan, would you be predicting a 2-1?
it's tough because we haven't been tested with Spalletti against a club like yours yet. So it's like really hard to call. But we've been playing better, especially last match. Like things have been looking better for sure. So I'm gonna go with some confidence.
Okay. All
I know
right. I
you guys have
respect
been
it.
looking
I
better too,
respect it.
though.
Yeah,
So
our last 3 matches, we've pretty much controlled each match. I mean, especially this last one against Roma. Like, we went into the Olimpico and made everybody think that Roma doesn't deserve to be in the Scudetto talk with the way we performed and the way they didn't. So, and we're gonna be up for that match. So, man, that's pretty bold of you to say 2-1 Juve win. Okay.
All right, Debo. So what is your prediction? You feel some type of way about it?
3-1 Napoli.
Okay.
wow.
3-1 Napoli. Yep. Yep. They're gonna be so fired up for this match, Lex, and we're playing good now. Our back three, the way that they're holding everything down. Neres is just the confidence that he's got right now. Noah Lang's going to want to make an impact on this game with at least a goal contribution. McTominay is going to be fired up. I mean, we've got so many players that are going to be up for this match. And Conte, he's going to be up for it, right? I know Spalletti's going to want to perform. I mean, he's going to want to come into this match and have the players ready too. But I feel like now if we would have been asked this question after we lost like we did against Bologna 2-0, I would be predicting a Napoli loss maybe, even if it's at home. But our last 3 matches we've gotten back on track. So I'm very confident with a Napoli win, and I think that we're going to win 3-1.
Okay. So I'm going to agree with Lex here. However, with Napoli winning 2-1, and Lex, nobody blames you for picking
You
Juventus.
scared me for a minute.
It's obvious.
I was
No.
gonna leave.
Come on, relax. I'm not doing that. I'm not
You
doing
said
that.
agree with Lex. I was like,
And
what?
with the score line, okay? I wasn't done talking yet, and you can't blame her for picking Juventus. I mean, come on, she's going to pick Napoli to win.
Whoa.
A draw would have been fair, right? Cool, but you're not going to never pick Napoli to win.
I love it. I love the fact that
Yeah.
she's a Juventina, man. She's got a that is what she's supposed to do.
Of course.
Yeah. You can't hate on her, so
So
but
we
it
got
is not
2-1 Juve from Lex, 3-1 Napoli from Debo, and 2-1 Napoli from me. Watch them tie. Who knows? It could go any way. Spalletti's coming in red hot. There's going to be a lot of emotions at stake here. Both locker rooms are going to be fired up regardless. I mean, both coaches have that mentality. Spalletti's trying to prove a point here, and Conte's also trying to prove a point as well. So it's going to be a crazy match, that I can guarantee. It might be a little dirty, gritty. It's expected. I know people like to say that it's a rivalry between Napoli and Juventus, but recently, at least in the last decade or so, it is definitely a rivalry. Even if Juventus did win 9 straight.
It's one of the biggest rivalries since the Maradona era. Don't let anybody tell you different. We don't have this. We don't have this as one of our agenda topics, but I got to ask this question.
Okay.
Lex, who out of your players, who do you think needs to have one of their best games in their career? And then do you have a player that you would consider like to be the X factor in this game for you guys?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think like X Factor, I'll do them like separate. I'll do 2 different players.
Okay.
X Factor is like absolutely Yildiz, right? Like maybe an obvious choice, but he just always is. He's put the team on his back countless times, and it would be great, sorry guys, to see it against Napoli this weekend. And in terms of a player that would have to have like a game of their life this weekend, I would love to see Miretti do that. I would absolutely love. I mean, going up against a strong midfield, but a depleted midfield right? So I think that can maybe help the circumstances for him. Otherwise, it was going to be a very, very tough midfield battle out there. So I think Minetti, if he gets the opportunity from Spalletti, I'd love to see him have like a game of his life.
There was one player that I'm scared of. It is Yildiz. That dude's special, man.
Definitely.
That dude is special. So if he has one of those matches, it's not going to be good for us. We got to figure out a way to isolate him in his creativity, and the closer he gets to the box and the more central he is, the worse for us. So we got to keep him away. He's the one that scares me, no doubt. And Conceição too, man. Conceição, man, if he has a great match, that won't be good for us either. With his, I love his aggressive play. He's one of those
Yeah.
players that's just super aggressive, and if he's able to execute that aggression, that could spell trouble for us too.
I know we kind of talked about this earlier. I don't know if Vincenzo was here or not, but is Spalletti going to show his a tattoo? Probably not. Probably not. I know Debo kind of felt due to his ego that he might do it, but I don't think he will. I don't think so.
There's no way that he's not at least going to think about it. Like, it's going to cross his mind.
Maybe we'll see.
Like, if he gets an ovation, like if he doesn't get like a ton of whistling and he feels like the crowd is giving him an ovation or whatever, maybe that would be something that would.
You think he's just gonna like pull it out?
He ain't
real
gonna have the
quick?
guts to do that.
I
He ain't gonna have the guts to do that, man. There's no way.
It's not the right time.
Imagine what Juventini would say.
That too. Yeah, you can't talk about Napoli
They
fans.
would
Juventus fans
freak
are
out,
shit
man.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, Debo, since you're already up there, let's get into the transfer market upcoming in January. As most of you Napoli fans realize, we are down bad on our midfield. So, Debo, do you see anybody? I know we are linked with someone from Feyenoord. I forgot his name. It was Quinton Timber. I have never seen him play, not going to lie, but that's our heaviest link is that guy. So, I don't know what we're doing. We'll see, but I would prefer Kobe Mino from Man U.
Yeah.
As we know, Man U's history with us and their trades with McTominay and Højlund, they just have excelled here profoundly. And I'm hoping Kobe Mino, because he will get playing time under Conte. I know, maybe not right away, but he will get playing time. So, do you have anybody in mind that probably isn't heavily linked?
I'm just gonna roll with what you're saying. I'm gonna trust you on this one because you've watched a whole lot more of him playing than I have. So if we get him, I'll be happy, especially if we're looking at him being an understudy to Lobotka and being able to take over for him. I think Mana made it clear that he is going to prioritize the midfield, so we're definitely going to get somebody, and hopefully it is that guy. I'm just wondering, what kind of move will it be? Will it be a loan with an obligation, or will it be a dry loan? We'll have to see how that works out, but I don't think that he's super cheap. Like, I think his value is like somewhere around 50 million, isn't it?
Kobe Mino's value? I don't know. I saw 30 last time, but that was a while ago. I haven't seen his value recently. But he is a young stud. So, and he's coming from the Prem. They're a lot more expensive over there. So, I don't know.
I'm pulling him up right now.
Okay.
He is on transfer market. He's 45. So that means if we were to try to buy him outright, we're going to probably have to spend at least 50.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a loan of some type.
That makes sense. Just like with a Højlund, a loan obligation to buy, which I'm hoping that we do buy. So, all right, Lex. And on your end for Juventus, do you guys have anybody in mind that you're bringing in? You did mention center backs earlier, but who exactly?
Oh, it's a great question. I have been seeing kind of a couple of random links, but nothing too enticing. There was I don't know, Sergio Ramos was like thrown in the mix for some reason. I think that was maybe more of like an opinion of like, would you take him? I don't know if there was any real substance to those that I kept seeing in circulation. I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, he's too old now. Over that.
No. But yeah, him, like, he was just out there. But yeah, definitely a center back of some sort. We need center back depth. That and a wing back. A wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also need a wing back. We've been lacking that department, especially because like João Mario is just not getting playing time. That was a weird move that we did with Porto. But anyways, we really haven't been featuring him, even less under Spalletti than playing time he was getting under Tudor. So yeah, we've been playing kind of like different players on in the wing back roles, right? We have Cambiaso, of course, but then we played like Cabal there, we played Kalulu there, sometimes McKennie out there. So kind of just we need somebody like a proper if we're going to continue with this formation. I will say that.
How long is Valic due to be out for? Have they said yet?
Apparently up to 4 months.
Yep.
Ooh. Do you think that they're going to roll with just 2 strikers then, or will they try to get just one more dude for depth in January? What do you think?
That's what I'm wondering. I was thinking about that too, because that like plays a whole different situation. It's tough. We ran with 1 striker last year for basically most of the season with Milik, because Milik still exists at Juve. So,
really? Does he?
Yeah, he
it says
does.
he's injured. Is he actually injured or
somewhere, but he's still
I saw injured and no return date, so I don't know what that means. He's definitely there.
I feel for him. Honestly, I do. I feel bad for him, but I don't know. I think if we pick up another striker, maybe a loan, maybe somebody on a loan, but I can't see more than that.
Funny story about Milik. We actually saw him on the base shopping. A lot of the Napoli players tended to go on the base. Cavani, Hamsik. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Gargano too.
No way.
Yeah, he didn't give us the time of the day. So
no, he didn't. Really
yeah, he wasn't interested.
He was not. It's okay though. It's
okay. That's so sad.
It doesn't happen. If I understand correctly, it doesn't happen as often it did at the very beginning. But yeah, Mario's right. When we started watching Napoli, when they had Cavani and Hamsik, and we were able to meet Cavani. I remember that picture we took with one of Mario's friends. Hamsik has been there. Yeah, Gargano, he said, yeah.
How were they? Different?
They were all cool. Definitely the most humble person, like the most sociable was Cavani. I mean, he is a man of Christ, so he definitely lives to his standards religiously, and he was just so kind to everybody, and he had a lot of people on him too. I know it gets old for a lot of players. That's why Milik, he thought he was like some kind of superstar. I mean, Cavani was way above his level, and he just treated everybody like we're all his brother. It was awesome. Cavani's an awesome dude for sure.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's awesome. Wow, what an experience.
Yeah.
Did you put up this question, Mario?
I was just about to, because she did talk about it earlier, but she didn't mind repeating herself. This is the 3rd time now because we had to restart it. But
it's okay. That's no problem. I love sharing it. It's a good story. Thanks for your question, Anthony. I started watching Serie A probably back, like I said, around 2006, because I chose Juve after watching the World Cup and watching Gigi Buffon. So it kind of got me into Italian football, and my older brother and I became Juventini since then. And so that's kind of since, my brother, which is weird because I know people usually it's like their parents or their grandparents that are fans of the club. But we kind of just, the two of us became huge Calcio fans. I started playing as well around the same time. I should mention that too. I started playing at 5 years old and have played ever since. So I think that just, got me into the whole Italian football thing.
Awesome. Thank you, Lex.
Have you been able to meet Dybala, do any interviews or anything like that? Has that dream come true?
We would have definitely seen that.
Ever?
That would be like my number one dream. Like I would absolutely love. That would be like, my ideal. No, I haven't. I see that video of that girl that met him at the airport. Have you seen that? And she starts just like sobbing,
crying. Yeah.
To him, and she's just crying. Her dad's like, "Come on, smile for the picture," and she's just like sobbing because she had Dybala.
She had to like reorganize herself and had to take it again. It was awesome.
Yes,
good stuff.
But I have met Papu Gomez.
Oh, cool! Wow.
I met Papu Gomez.
Yeah.
And
were you taller than him?
Oh yeah.
No, he's so cool. They came to the tour in North America, and I went to go see him. I went early to the stadium. I made a huge poster that said like "Baila como el Papu" from that song that was popular from his time at Atalanta. And I think he saw that and he was like, "Oh my gosh, no way!" Because he also posted me on his Instagram.
Oh, really?
So he took a picture of me on the Jumbotron. It was me and there's a couple other people next to me with my sign. And he had that on his Instagram post. It was like the 4th slide.
Oh, that's cool.
This game. So that is like one of my favorite stories. And when I met him, I told him, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you were one of my favorite players to watch in Serie A." And he was like, "Grazie." Like, he was like super kind. Same thing autographed
cool.
my poster, all of it. Yeah, it was really cool.
It's funny that you mentioned Gomez. He's actually one of the most fun players that I've witnessed too as a
Yeah.
child. Him and Maicon from Palermo. They were both
Yes.
just small dudes, just going at it. They were
Yeah.
both fun to watch.
Great shouts.
You mean Mikoli?
Mikoli. I said Maicon.
Yes,
Maicon's
yes.
from Inter.
I
You
knew
knew
what
what
you
I
meant.
meant though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Mikoli,
It's
man.
been a long
I
time since I've
did.
seen that guy.
Yeah, Maicon's that center back
I-
from Inter that,
No, I
that played
know,
like
I
a
know.
striker sometimes.
Yeah, he's also fun to watch too. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I meant
No, it's okay.
Mikoli. All right, guys. So let's get into the current top 6 predictions for Serie A. Right now, as it stands, we have Milan in first, tied on points with us, but due to them beating us at home, they are ahead. But they have 28 points. Goal differential is 10. Napoli also with 28 points. Goal differential 9. And then we have Inter at 27, Roma 27, Como in fifth, fighting for a UCL spot with 24 points. Bologna with 24 points, and Juventus right behind, only 5 points behind first, which is crazy, but they're in seventh, and they have 23 points. So, as things stand, Debo, we'll start with you. Where do you see this season ending? We're almost at the halfway mark here.
Okay, so like the top 4 is the same for me that it was at the very beginning of the season. I think it's going to be Napoli, Inter, Milan, and Roma. I really believe that that's how it's going to end, and I do think that all 4 of those teams are they're gonna be closer than like the top 4 at the end of the season might be the closest that it's ever been. I mean, it's what we're seeing right now. And then 5th and 6th, I think it's going to be a fight between Bologna, Juve, and Como. I think it just the number one thing I think it depends on with Juve is if Spalletti can continue them getting better. If he can do that, then they're going to be probably 5th, and I think 6th. I'm just going to go with Como, man, because it's a good story to see them playing in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 is going to be Conference League, right? Yeah. So to see them at least playing in some type of European competition next year would be really cool to see. So yeah, that's my top 6.
Okay. And Lex, you definitely have some different opinions there. What do you think?
It's so hard to call. I was just thinking about it again now, and I agree with you completely. It's going to be the closest top 4, top 6 race the league has ever seen. It's going to be insane. I think we kept forgetting about Bologna being involved too. Like, there's just so many clubs, and Como.
Oh, you
like,
see what just happened? They just lost at
Cremonese
home
3-1.
3-1 to Cremonese.
I know.
How they
I
beat
know.
us 2-0 and then lose to Cremonese at 3-1? That's
To
crazy.
be fair, we were playing god awful football during that time. We did step it up in the last few matches,
Still,
but we were
man.
still in that terrible form of not being able to score a goal. So
Cremonese just Jekyll and Hyde team too. They've beat
Yes.
like Milan on the road.
Mhm.
Yes.
Now Bologna. They're definitely a Jekyll and Hyde team.
100%.
They're in
I
11th
was thinking the
with
same
17
thing.
points. That's pretty impressive. I mean, they're only 1 point behind 8th. So I don't know. This season definitely crazy, guys. That's all I have to say here. But did you give your top 6, Lex? Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Go
I
for
think
it.
It's my bad. I interrupted.
Oh no, it's okay. I needed time to think anyway. I'm not even sure. Honestly, like from the beginning, I had Napoli as winning it. I think I'm still gonna keep that. Napoli. I think I had Napoli, Inter, Roma, Juve were my top 4.
Okay.
And I think I'm still gonna stick with that. I think counting Milan out of the top 4 is probably gonna come back to haunt me because they're on 1 game a week. Like it definitely is, but honestly, like I say, like 5th with an asterisk for them. Like it's interchangeable those 5 for me, and then Como in 6th, like you said, or potentially 5th, and then Bologna right after. That's like my genuine feeling about it. I think maybe overrating Roma potentially, but it's only because they have Gasperini. But they've been more or less underwhelming. I think they've been really overperforming in terms of getting results and not really
Yeah, I agree.
They've been a bit lucky, I think. So I think they might drop, but we'll see.
That's fair.
They
That's
definitely
fair.
have to start scoring more goals. That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I think they took a striker in January, 100%. So we'll
they
see
have to.
whoever that is. Yeah.
So me personally, I'm gonna have Napoli 1. That's just based. That wasn't the same thought I had 2 weeks ago. Right now, Napoli 1, Milan 2, Allegri 1 game a week. Terrorist football. He's that guy to win the league, just as Conte is. They're very, very favorable in Serie A in general over their past history. And I am going to have Inter 3rd, just because I still do think they have the strongest team, but the coaching situation to me is still a little iffy. I know Kivu has done well for starting out so soon, and he did coach Parma very well, but Inter's a whole different beast. A lot of reputation behind it, a lot of expectations. So we'll see, but I do think they do have the strongest squad in terms of depth and talent in general. And I'm gonna put Juventus in 4th, just for the fact that I do not think Roma can beat the big boys. I mean, this is the second time now. They lost against Inter at home, 1-0, didn't produce a goal. And then now they lose against us 1-0 and showed really no attacking force whatsoever. I mean, 2 shots on target is not acceptable. And that being one of them coming in at the 90th plus minute. And thank God we had Vanya in the goal there, because that guy's a stout. But yeah, I'm not fairly impressed with Roma, at least not in their attack. Their defense, very respectable, right? I mean, they're a top-rated league or defense in Europe's top 5. So I can respect that. And in the last 15 years, 14 times, the number 1 defense has won Serie A. So this might be that year, unless they start to, let in a whole bunch of goals and play different football under Gasperini, which might happen given how he was at Atalanta. They were still good defensively, but they were a straight attacking force overall. So yeah, anyways, I don't believe in Roma whatsoever to make the top 4 at this very moment. So I'm going to put Juve there just because they have Spalletti, and I think he's going to start to get the ball rolling. Will he win the league? I don't want to say so, and I don't think so. So no. I'm gonna do 4th.
Gotta get close.
I'm gonna do 4th. I think that's fair. He will get UCL football. He has lots of time.
This makes me think of something, Lex. So if Juve does not make top 4, do you feel like they're going to let Spalletti go? Because there's a clause in his contract, I think, that if they make UCL, he gets another year. But if they don't, do you think that they're not going to try to stick with them and they'll try to find somebody else, or do you think they'll stick with them?
Oof. I think, great question. I think they're going to stick with him. I mean, it depends what it looks like. Like, if it looks promising, how close it is to them getting bounced out of top 4. It's tough to think of the idea of restarting again, especially with the manager market. Depends who's available too, right? So all those factors. I think we stick with him. I also agree with you that I think Juve is going to do top 4. I think we're going to make it too. Okay. So don't count us out yet, guys.
I'm not just yet. You guys have a Spalletti now. If it was Tudor still, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have put you in there. But with Spalletti, there is hope for sure. For sure.
I was hoping she was going to say no to that, because if Spalletti has a summer mercato and he's able to institute exactly what he wants to do, it wouldn't be crazy to say Juve is going to contend for the Scudetto next year right away if he stays. Agreed. So I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, Lex. Sorry, but I hope you're wrong.
So, Anthony, I did see your comment that Roma did, in fact, play well against Milan. But even with all those chances, given Magic Mike was in goal, but they still didn't at least get 1 goal. I'm not satisfied with their gameplay overall in the attack. I mean, losing 1-0, not managing to just get 1 goal, it's concerning, isn't it? You know what I mean? So I'm not putting them in my top 4, but they will be at the 5th spot. Okay, I will give them European football. They're gonna make it that far for sure. 5th spot, Roma. 6th, I do have Como as well, and I'm gonna have to count out Bologna in the 7th spot. But they are an impressive team still to this day without Motta. So,
and the other thing to think about with Roma too is in attack, besides Dybala and what he can just pull out of the hat, is there any players that scare you in attack for Roma? I don't think so.
No.
Just Sule.
Does he really scare people, though? I don't think so.
He's not in the same way, for sure. Yeah. I think, like, with Como, too, that it wouldn't be that far of a stretch to say that they make top four.
No,
Our
it's not.
challenge.
They're
Like,
right there.
you know what I mean? It's just like a matter of like who do they kick out of the top four? That's what I'm struggling with. Like if I had to put them in the top four, who's not making it then in that case? Because I mean, it's unfortunate we already dropped one of our head-to-head matches against them, which was huge.
What a
2-0
great
loss.
story that would be if they
That'd be
made top
incredible.
four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be just as much of a story if Napoli repeated, or if like, I guess not as much of a story if it only got the first Scudetto in 25 years, right? But seeing a team like Como from a small, city like that and brand new to Serie A, they just got into Serie A, man.
Yeah.
That would be crazy if they made top four. Oh,
Yeah.
The way they play, like I don't know, they really haven't been superbly tested either yet, though, right? Like it was against Juve, but the match they played against us was just it was one of those. It was a wash, the match, because of our managerial
they beat
changes and
us
such.
last year. They beat us
Yeah.
last year.
And then this year,
Yeah.
I mean, we were in a fluke of a game, but it was 0-0 and we couldn't score for nothing. But they did play us well too. Their defense is, I think, the second best in Serie A right now,
Yeah.
statistically. So they're a good squad. And Nico Potts, man. Nico Potts. Absolute cinema. I love Nico Potts, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's insane.
Yeah.
There's
Agreed.
no chance that he stays next year, though. He's going back to Real Madrid, man.
Sadly, no. So I'm
Sadly,
trying to get out to Como to watch him before he leaves the league. I'm like,
yeah.
in the new year, I'm going.
That'd be awesome because I don't think he's staying either, especially with their financial situation upcoming year. I don't know how they're going to handle it next year. I don't know. We'll just see. Atalanta fans are definitely rooting for Roma to fall top four. Yeah, for sure. They were fighting for this Scudetto 1 year too, and they didn't get it. So I'm pretty sure they're a little salty that he's fighting for it now with Roma. Como for Coppa Italia would help the league. Yeah, I forgot about that too. They can win the Coppa Italia.
Yeah.
Wow. Good point, Anthony. Good point. Wow. Okay, guys. So, Debo, this is more for you, but we will ask Lex as well for her opinion. Napoli becoming a dynasty. You are on Twitter. You were always talking about this when we won our first Scudetto in 33 years. You said, oh, this is our time. We're going to become a dynasty. So how's it looking now?
Well, it wasn't looking good after ADL wasn't able to keep Spalletti, but now it's looking better than it did then, right? I mean, nobody can say that we're not one of the favorites to get the Scudetto this year. So 3 out of 4 years, that's a dynasty to me. If they win this one, that's a dynasty.
Sure, I agree. Lex, what do you think?
I think I'd have to agree. It's a great point. I think that the work that De Laurentiis has done with Napoli, I think it's gone underrated. Like it really has, truly. And if you were to win the Scudetto again this season, as you mentioned, it would just like further cement his legacy with the club, because there's one thing, like, people talk about De Laurentiis and all of that, and what he does and his deals he makes and stuff, but he loves the club. He loves Napoli. Like there's just no denying that. And like I said, I think his work has been super underrated with you guys. So yeah, it would be pretty crazy to get another.
Yeah. With him, we've got quite a few financial Scudettos. So that has helped in the long run, as much as people don't like to hear that. I know Debo is still upset about the Cavani transfer, et cetera, but that one really hit him hard.
I've gotten over it, man.
It had to happen. Same with Higuain. 90 million. That's a lot.
What? We didn't get 90 million for him, man.
Yes, we did for Higuain.
No, I thought you said Cavani. You said Cavani.
No. Cavani was like, I think 40 or 50.
Cavani
I can't
was like,
remember.
It might have been close to 60.
Was it 60? Okay, that was a long time ago. But
not being able to keep Cavani was that was the first moment where I'm like, oh, okay, ADL is not going to ever want to try to win, because if we kept Cavani and just got like 1 or 2 impact players, especially in defense, we would have won Scudetti, man, with Cavani. There's multiple Scudetti, I believe. And I just, when we signed Lozano and Manolas that year in the same summer, that was when I said to myself, okay, ADL is actually trying to make real moves now to get us to be a serious contender. That's when I really started to believe that he wanted to win. But before that, man, it was frustrating. It just didn't feel like he was making the moves that he needed to make, and all he really wanted to focus on was just making top 4. But, you know, he probably did exactly what needed to be done, because look where we are now, you know?
Yep. From
I
Serie
can't
C
hate
to
on him
Scudetto
anymore.
champs. You really can't hate
Yep.
on it. It did take
Yep.
time, but great things take time, you know?
Yep.
So it was 65 for Cavani and Ezequiel Lavezzi for PSG for free. That one hurt. I remember as a child, you know, there's never a player, and I was a child. There's never a player that I've ever cried for leaving my squad for any sport that I watch. He was one. I was shedding tears. I don't know how old I was. I think it was like, what, 11 or 12? But regardless, that one hurt me. That one hurt my heart. I'm not going to lie. Ever since then, I was like, only the shirt, never the player. I'm never going to love the player like I love the shirt. Can't do it. So that's that.
Is Como
Lavezzi is our boy.
is Como in the Coppa Italia though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
They should be, right?
Yeah.
Are they playing this round? Is there a Coppa? No, I don't think they're in it, Mario.
Yeah, they are. I think they play tomorrow. They are in
They
it.
play tomorrow, so they're playing a Coppa Italia game on a
Fiorentina.
Thursday?
They play away at the Fiorentina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, man. If they win that game, man, that confidence gonna be, man, that would be awesome if they won the Coppa Italia. That would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That'd be huge for them. Okay, guys. Let's go into the last topic here. UCL. How are you guys feeling about the Italian teams in there? Any predictions? Lex, we'll start with you on this one just because you are very knowledgeable on Serie A in general and all the teams. How do you feel?
Oof. I think like we had a good week this past round, right? All Italian teams. I think Inter was the only one that didn't win.
Yeah. Surprisingly.
So hey, you know, I think yeah, it's feels like we're kind of hot and cold Italian teams in Europe this season. But I think for Juve, I'm saying like things are up in the air with Spalletti now, but definitely like round of 16 for sure. I'm hoping definitely. As for some of the other clubs, I think Inter will be in there as well. Around the same, maybe quarters potentially.
Yep.
So you definitely think that all the Italian teams will get to the next round, right? Like we'll get past the league phase?
I'm going to say yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think I was not surprised, but impressed by Palladino's big win in the Champions League.
Yeah.
First match managing in it too and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty promising for them. They're going to be on the come up 100% with him.
Definitely.
So there'll be someone to watch out for. But yeah, I think all the Italian teams make it past. And then, like I said, Juve, Inter pushing at least round of 16 and yeah, hopefully beyond.
How do you feel about Napoli?
Yeah, what about Napoli? I think for you guys, the factor is always the Conte Europe factor. Like that's the thing that makes it so hard.
He has a 31 win percentage overall in the UCL. It's pretty bad.
It's not great.
No.
It's not great. What do you guys think?
He wants to get rid of that stigma though.
Yes.
But
you know, I do believe, I think that maybe before part of it could have been that maybe he wasn't really focused on trying to do much in the UCL and he was just more focused on winning, you know, domestic titles, you know, like the Scudetto. I don't know though.
I don't have the highest hopes for UCL, to be honest. And if it means that we go far into the UCL and not win anything, and then don't win Serie A, I'd rather win Serie A again back to back. That's just my honest opinion. Conte doesn't have a good history in the UCL. He's had a great team with Chelsea as well, where he managed to win the Premier League after being in 10th the previous year, just like he did with us. But the UCL has just never gone well with him, even with the Juve. How far do you remember, Lex? How far you guys got with Conte? I know it was a while ago. No.
Don't.
Okay. I was just wondering because
off my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I was just wondering because I know he didn't win when you guys had Ronaldo and you guys went to the final. That was Allegri, correct? Not Conte. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, when we went to both finals with Allegri.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
At least you guys have been there. Shoot, we don't know what that feels like. So,
I mean, for me, it's not about Conte trying to get to the final even this year. I do think that it's realistic, at least, for us to get to at least the quarters and strive for the semis. And then, there's no reason why it's happened in the past where, smaller teams like Atletico Madrid are able to win it. There's no reason to think if we don't reinforce next year that we can't like shoot for a final. I don't think that's unrealistic to believe that that's possible, as long as we cannot be in an injury crisis all season like this season. Hopefully that won't happen again.
I respect your optimism because I am not as optimistic. I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible. And given with the facts and the history, I don't have the highest hopes for it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. That's basically the end of the video. Lex, thank you for staying for an hour and 22 minutes with us. I know that's quite a while, probably our longest live. So we appreciate you for stopping by.
Absolutely.
If you did want to give a little conclusion or anything like that, go for it.
Yeah, I'll just say thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed myself. It was a great show, all the topics we covered, and chatting calcio with you guys. I'm looking forward to the match this weekend. Super excited. Napoli Juve is going to be fantastic. And thank you to the audience and for your questions for me and for everybody for tuning in. That's it. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Of course.
It was our honor. Thank you, Lex. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody. Once again, thank you for watching and stopping by Nation TV. This is season 2, episode 22, and we are out of here. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao.